Hello, this is Mrs. Ross, and this is Cumulative Test 20A, or the review for the test for 20B. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to change colors here really quick. George's average score on the first 3 tests was 88. His average score on the next 5 tests was 84. What is his average score on all 8 tests? You can see I circled all of the numbers. Whenever we do an average problem, I always write the average formula, which is the sum over how many, because I want to make sure that I am using the right numbers for each part of the formula. So it's asking about the average on all 8 tests, so my how many is going to be 8, and it's asking for average, so that's what I'm looking for. To get the sum on all 8 tests, I'm going to do 3 times 88 plus 5 times 84, and then I'm going to divide by 8. So that is 3 times 88 plus 5 times 84 over 8. I got 85.5. If you're wondering, this doesn't look very much like sum. I mean, it has the addition sign here. You can always do it 88 plus 88 plus 88, because it's 3 times 80, or he average on the first test on the first 3 tests was 88. And then you can do 84 5 times if you want to. Okay. And then you can divide by 8, whatever works for you if that makes more sense. Okay, use a ratio box to solve this problem. After working for 6 months, Gina received a raise of 25%. So I know that this is going to be an original change new ratio box because of the percent. So I'm going to go ahead and start my box here. Original, change, new. My original is always 100%. It says she got a raise of 25%, so my new is 125%. I'm going to read the rest of the problem. If Gina's previous pay was $7.20, so that's previous, what was her hourly pay after the raise? So we're looking for this. So we're going to do, okay. We're going to do 100. We're going to use this line and this line. I'm going to do 100 divided by 125 is equal to 720 times x, or over x. Cross multiply. $125 times 720. I get 900. So her new hourly pay is $9. Okay, let's change. Okay, down here, number 3, write an equation to solve this problem. 70 is what percent of 50? So whenever I have what percent, I think what per 100. And then we have our is over of. So it says 70 is what percent of 50. Another problem says just write the equation to solve it, and this is plenty good enough. On the test, you're actually going to have to solve it, so just a heads up. Use 3 unit multipliers. So I'm going to stop right there and write my unit multiplier formula with 3 unit multipliers to convert 2 meters cubed to centimeters cubed. We really don't need this picture. I'm going to put 2 meters cubed here. There's 1 unit multiplier, there's 2 unit multipliers, there's 3, and my answer is in centimeters cubed. So what is my conversion factor? I know that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. And I know I need centimeters on the top because that's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to put 100 centimeters per meter. The math looks like this. So all three of these meters cancel these 3 meters out. 100 times 100 times 100 over 1 times 1 times 1. And that is 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let me change colors here. Okay. Diagram this statement, then answer the questions. 5 eggs were cracked. This was 1/6 of the total number of eggs in the flat. So if it's 1/6, I know that I have to draw a diagram with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if 1/6 is 5, then I'm going to put 5 in each one of these. And I know that this is 1/6, and it was cracked. I have a total of 30, which is 5 times 6. And I know that this many were not cracked. Let's see what the problem is asking for. How many eggs were in the flat? So by knowing that 1/6 of the eggs is 5, I know that there are 30 total eggs. And what percent of the eggs were not cracked? So I know that 5/6 of the eggs were not cracked. So I'm trying to convert 5/6 to a percent. So what I can do is I can say, okay, 5/6 is equal to what percent? And then I can cross multiply. And I get 83.3 repeating percent. You don't have to put all of the 3's. Okay. All right, this is down here in the corner here. It says evaluate A plus B over C. If A is -6, B is -4, and C is -2. So A is -6 plus B is -4 over C is -2. So I know that when we add the same sign, we add and take the sign. So 6 plus 4 is 10, and it's negative because they're both negative. And then when I divide, if it's the same sign, I get a positive number. Okay. The perimeter of a certain square is 12 inches. So I know that the perimeter is 12 inches, which means side plus side plus side plus side is equal to 12 inches, or 4s is equal to 12. So if I divide both sides by 4, I'll find that one side is equal to 3 inches. Oh, that is not what they're asking for, though. So sorry. Let me undo the, let's erase the, okay, good. All right, so I find that the side is 3. It's asking for the area. Always good to answer the actual question that the problem is asking. So if each side is 3, then the area is 9 inches squared. This is kind of a two-step problem in that it gives you the perimeter, you find the side, and then you find the area. So let me change colors here. The face of the spinner is divided into sixths. If the spinner is spun twice, what is the probability that the arrow will stop on a vowel both times? So we have 2 vowels. So the probability of a vowel is 2/6 or 1/3. The probability of 2 vowels is going to be 1/3 times 1/3, which is 1/9. Okay. Find the volume of this triangular prism. Dimensions are in centimeters. So remember that volume is equal to the area of the base times the height. Sometimes I write this as big A times height. And here the area of the base is going to be the area of a triangle, because my base is shaped like a triangle here. So I have 3 as my height of the triangle and 8 is my base of the triangle. So let's see, 3 times 8 over 2 is 24 over 2, which is 12. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to plug it in right here. So volume is equal to A times H, which is 12 times, this is going to be my height for volume. So that's 6, which is 72. Okay, area of a circle. Area is equal to pi r squared. R is equal to 10, so I'm just going to plug in what I have. 10 squared. Let me just make sure I get this. For some reason I'm drawing a blank. That's what I thought. Okay. All right, total cost. Let's see. Total cost including 6% tax, 20 square yards of carpeting at $18 per square yard. So the first thing I need to do is 18 times 20. And that is $360. And then I need to change 6%, 6 per 100, 0.06. So I need to find out what 6% of this is, because that's going to be my tax. Okay, and that's $21.60. And now I need to find my total. So I'm going to add my tax here and get my total. So it's 360 plus 2160 plus 360. Nope, wrong. 21. There we go. And I get 381.60. Okay. Let's see. What is 33 1/3% of $42? Okay, so let's see. 33 1/3 over 100 is going to give me 3 times 3 is 99 plus 1 is 100 over 3 over 100, or 100 over 3 divided by 100 over 1. Keep, change, flip. 100 over 3 times 1 over 100 is 1/3. So 1/3 of 42 is 1/3 times 42. So I have 1/3 times 42 over 1, 42 over 3, and I get 14. All right. At 2 p.m., the hands of a clock form an angle that measures how many degrees? All right, so I kind of have to see this for it to make sense. 12, 6, 3, 9, 1, 2. Okay, so I'm looking at this angle here, and I know that there are 12 hours and 360 degrees. So 360 divided by 12 is going to be 30 degrees per hour. That means that this is 30 degrees and this is 30 degrees. So this is going to be 60 degrees. All right, let's see. So I'm going to multiply 4 and 8, and I get 32. I'll come back to that. And then I have 10 to the 3rd times 10 to the negative 8, which is 10 to the 3 plus negative 8, which is 10 to the negative 5th. So I have 32 times 10 to the negative 5th. Now this is not scientific notation because of the 32. So when I move this decimal, I have to plug in a 10 to the 1 and then reduce, or not reduce, but simplify that. That's my answer. Okay. All right, so this is a two-step problem. My first step is going to be to add or subtract. I'm trying to get m by itself. So let's get rid of the thing that doesn't have m. That goes away, equals 4.8 minus 1.5 is 3.3. And then